Good morning, my fellow yogic travelers. Mighty glad to be alive today, and I hope that you are too, as we continue to live, laugh, love, learn, linger, live the life we love, and don't forget to loaf and lube. All right, it's my bad joke day. Sometimes you got to let people go. This guy's on his deathbed. His wife is like cooking, making rugelach, fantastic Jewish sweet treat, and he smells it, and he calls it sometimes. Says, "Listen, I know this is a crazy request, but once before I go, just ask your mother to give me some rugelach. I just want to taste it one more time before I go." So the son leaves, goes back to his mom, comes back empty-handed. And father says, "Where's the rugelach?" She says, "She's sorry, but she's saving it for the shiva after the funeral." Okay, so that's what's happening there. Um, the law of attraction. We have to set our frequency at the same level to receive the transmission. You can't want to listen to 78, 98.7 when you're attuned on your stereo to 102.4. So there has to be alignment with your source. That's what gives you the shock absorbers to the bumpy ruts of life, as I like to say. And I know we're all impatient with the things that are incomplete in our life, but I still say, look at things that make you feel better, more, and let that be your point of attraction. Each time we talk, I encourage everyone, lead by example first, sit in silence for some length of time, reflect, watch your own thoughts. We don't have any control over what the next thought will be, but we have choice about how much we want to dwell on it. And then being aware of what you're thinking helps you break the tape loop of habits that keep us captive to them. It brings you back to the moment, and the moment is all there is. It's the only place which not only joy, but anything is available. Even in situations that are difficult, there's sometimes a moment. You have to find out what that is. Now, the main thing is focus. Set goals for yourself. In yoga, it's called ekagrata, one-pointedness. So I have a pitch to make on this. It's like a case that I'm presenting in court, and the argument is not trivial at all. Trivial at all. You can't hit what you don't aim at. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. If you don't ask, the answer is always no. So you got to specify what it is you want, not just wishy-washy in general. Why don't people do it as much? Well, one of my teachers says because once you've set out the conditions for what you want, you've also set out the conditions for how you can fail. So I suggest that you take stock of your life, conscious life review, make your own kind of autobiographical account of the different epochs that have been in your life. That's the past. Create a future where you're offering something, where you're aiming at something. That's goal setting. And see what happens. That's called dopaminergics, the positive emotion that your brain rewards for feeling good, for pleasure that you get when you move towards something of value, and not necessarily even if you accomplish it. So that leads you to desire it more. Like when people practice yoga, that's the first thing. Gee, how can I get some more of this? So it always leads me in the end back to if you've sat and you've done your mindfulness, then hit the mat. Find your way, find your yoga, find your practice that helps you center yourself. Another way of saying this, where do you look to find solace and inspiration? So many of us live in a culture where the life is so hectic, it eclipses our peace of mind. We get used to certain kinds of creature comforts, and then the culture entices you to have more greediness. And then we rob ourselves of life's simple pleasures. Like we used to say in the old days, drinking a cup of green tea, I stopped the war. So you're going to have to go into the spiritual someplace at some point in your life, which for me means find something transcendent of what you're currently doing. As my teacher says, if the journey to outer space demands rigorous preparation for someone to be an cosmonaut, an astronaut, well, the demands of meditation are just as intense if you want to transcend. And just as the rocket flight can be ruined by one wire being out of place that causes a distortion or an explosion or prevents the launch from happening, so in the same way, neglecting your body could be like the faulty wire that ruins the rest of the transmission. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. If I don't check in with you tomorrow, go to GabrielHalpern.com, sign up, tell your friends, let me know how I'm doing. If you want a free CD, let me know. I'll be glad to send you one. Peace be with you all.